Hey, what's going on, guys? Kitsune TCG here, back with another video, and today I thought I would show off a Centurion deck profile. Now this is the pure version. Obviously you do have the ability to, run like the Horus package in this deck, but for this purpose it's just going to be like a pure Centurion build. So we'll go ahead and start off with the main deck. 3 Primera, 3 Trudea. Pretty standard on there for those ratios. Definitely want to max out on those. Those are, pretty important cards for any combo. Imith is now at 1 ever since the new set came out, so we do have the Gargoyle, so you do want to play 1 and 1, where obviously you were playing 2 Imith before, but this just kind of gives you like a few different names. 3 of the Emblem Oath. This is obviously just like a 1-card starter for you. And can usually get you through most of your combos now. We've got 3 of the stand-up Centurion, 1 Terraforming, so pretty, often going to see the field spell in our starting hand. Otherwise, we do have a few different ways of searching it out. The 1 Wake Up Centurion, 1 Centurion Bonds, 1 Phalanx, and then I am playing the Counter Trap of the True Awakening. So these are just the other kind of 4 Centurion cards you can search. Obviously Primera has a search for you, and then the new Auxilia. When you bring that one out, it can search another Centurion card. So it does kind of just give you a few more options as far as something to search, and able to go from there. From there, you really just kind of round it out with consistency cards and hand traps. So we got 3 Ash, 3 Ogre, 2 Valor, 1 Nib, 3 Super Polymerization, 3 Pot of Desires. Pot of Desires could easily be Bonfire. I just don't have any Bonfire right now. Obviously with Trudea being Pyro, that could be something you search out with Bonfire, but for this purpose, Desires is fine. Just being able to draw into 2 cards is pretty good. 2 Cross Out, 1 Called By, since we are running a very hand trap heavy lineup. You do get killed by a few things. Obviously Ogre's pretty popular now against a lot of decks, so with these being, continuous traps, we are face up, so Ogre can be pretty impactful against it. Valor and Imperm are really kind of your big ones, since a lot of your plays involve placing things face up. So Ash is a huge problem against this deck, but yeah, definitely like Imperm, Valor, Nib. Ogre can be a little bit of an issue, so just being able to, kind of play cross out and some targets can definitely kind of bring the consistency up into this deck. And yeah, so I definitely kind of like this version. Obviously the Horus engine is there to kind of also protect you from a lot of these hand traps. It just gives you an engine to go into to have like an immediate like monster negate. So this way it just kind of gives you a little bit more flexibility in dealing with it. Plus, if you in your turn interrupted, a lot of times you're going to have 2 or 3 hand traps in hand as well. So yeah, let me just kind of quickly go over the extra deck as well. Alright, and then just quickly kind of going over the extra deck here. So since we are running Super Poly, we do need our Super Poly targets. We do have the 1 Mud Dragon and the 1 Garura. These 2 are going to be perfect against most matchups. They're going to be great against Voiceless, against Snake Eyes with a lot of their end boards. So you really shouldn't have a problem at Rescue Ace as well with like Garura. Really shouldn't have a problem making one of these. You could definitely run a 3rd one if you want. I know the Adagnister fusion is a pretty popular one. That is definitely another option. We do have the 1 Pack Bit, which that could be another Super Poly target. This is very much a kind of like a little flex spot in the deck. That can be really anything that you need. We do have the 2 Agatia. This could maybe even be cut down as to 1 as well for a 2nd Auxilia. It's a great card, obviously being able to, draw 1 on its summon with the destruction effect, but it's definitely not the main one that you're making a part of your combo now. You're definitely going into Auxilia turn 1 if you can, just because that has the effect of searching out another Centurion card. That can get you into just whatever you need. The 1 Crimson Dragon, obviously, with the 1 Cosmic Blazar and the 1 Hot Red Dragon Archfiend. Obviously, King Calamity, you only really need 1. I have seen a lot of people play 2 Blazar Dragon. Definitely something you can do. Like I said, you do have a few different flex spots in here, so that can be something you can change around. Exciton Knight and Zeus, just in case some of your plays get stopped or you are going second. Just some really good options for you to go into. Same thing with SP, Hita, Celine, and then Access Code Talker to kind of finish out games. So that is the extra deck that I have currently. It works pretty well for me. I think that maybe a few things that could be updated or changed around as needed, but for my locals and my needs, this definitely works very well. Now, for Sideboard, again, that's just going to fall down to what exactly your locals and things like that look like. But no matter where you go or kind of what your meta looks like, definitely need to run 3 deck lockdown. This just kind of becomes a part of the main combo of the deck once you have a chance to side it in. Being able to prevent, anybody from adding cards to hand and only being able to draw them really shuts down most decks. This deck in particular obviously relies a lot on placing cards from your deck face up, which this doesn't prevent, so you really can kind of circumnavigate any of those issues. So this card really does affect a lot of the meta currently, so I like it overall. I definitely understand why people play it. It just can win games on its own, so really no matter what your sideboard looks like, you really need to make sure that you're including 3 deck lockdown in this deck. But that is what I've got for the deck. Y'all let me know down below what y'all think, and I will see y'all next time.